This lesson is on solving systems of equations using elimination. Suppose we want to know the size of a paper clip and the size of a penny, but we don't have a ruler. Instead, we have a piece of standard paper that measures 8.5 inches by 11 inches. What our picture is showing us is that one paper clip plus 13 pennies fits on the side of size 11 inches. Meanwhile, two paper clips plus 8 pennies fits on the side of size 8.5 inches. So by solving this system of two equations, we should be able to solve for C, the size of our paper clip, and for P, the size of our penny. Now, one method of solving a system of equations is the elimination method. The goal of the elimination method is to create coefficients on a chosen variable that are opposites. It doesn't matter which variable you pick, but in this equation I would probably pick C because working with a coefficient of 1 simplifies the process. So the first question I ask is, what is a number that both 1 and 2 can go into? And an answer could be that they both go into 2. So the idea is to create an equation with 2c and create a second equation with its opposite, negative 2c. So to get the equation with 2c, I just merely copy the second equation. To create the equation with negative 2c, I'm going to take the first equation and multiply through by negative 2, because negative 2 times 1c gives me a negative 2c. Multiplying negative 2 times 13p gives me negative 26p. And finally, negative 2 times 11 gives me negative 22. Now, opposites can zero out by adding. So zeroing out the c's, we're going to get negative 26p plus 8p is a negative 18p. And a negative 22 plus 8.5 is a negative 13.5. So dividing both sides by negative 18, we get that P is equal to 3/4 of an inch. Now we need the answer for the size of our paper clip as well, so we're going to substitute this answer into either one of the originals. I'll just pick the first equation. So one paper clip plus 13 pennies of size 3/4 of an inch is equal to 11. Now 13 times 3/4 gives us 9 3/4. So subtracting 9 3/4 from both sides, we get that one paper clip is equal to 1 1/4. In other words, one clip is equal to 1 1/4 inches. Now, because I used the first equation to create that answer, I can use the second equation to check my answers. So we're going to substitute both P and C into the second equation. That gives me 2 times 1 1/4 plus 8 times 3/4 equals 8.5. So 2 times 1 1/4 is 2.5. 8 times 3/4 is 6. And 2.5 plus 6 is 8.5. Since 8.5 equals 8.5 is a true statement, our solution checks. The size of a clip is 1 1/4, and the size of a penny is 3/4.